Good afternoon. Welcome to the future. My name is Sérgio Ferreira, and it's with great pleasure that I'm for the third year in a row at this stage, and it's a huge pleasure. So, sharing with you a few insights about what I'm going to talk with you about today. At EY, we run the Future of Work Lab. This is a place where we study metatrends and signals that enables us to simulate the future. And I say it again, simulate the future, not predict it. And that's why we are going now to live what I think it's going to be an experience. So travel with me until 2035 to imagine how the work is going to be in 10 years' time. And so, another truth that is important before we start. If you are just trying to adopt AI in 2026, you are already lagging behind. The real value and advantage comes by leveraging AI as an operating system, the substrate of our organizations, of our world, and our society. And as a metaphor, it's like air. Artificial intelligence is going to be everywhere and in everything. And companies that don't treat it as a substrate, as an operating system, are not going to survive. But let me tell you that we are living, for sure, the most transformative era of our humankind. Actually, I do believe, and we do strongly believe, that we are going to live in the next 10 years the same as we lived in transformation for the past 100 years. So, from 2025 to 2035 is like the transformation we live from 1925 till 2025. And this is going to be huge. Here, what you are going to see is that during the next decade, we are going to experiment an abundance inflection point. What it means is that with AI, we are going to create much more solutions than problems will be raised. Mostly because acceleration and simulation are going to be something that is common, that for humans is not. But let me just tell you that this is a crossroads. What we are living today, and due to the fact that I really like movies, is like we are on a crossroad that we have to decide if we are going on a Star Trek movie or a Mad Max movie. And what it means is that on Star Trek movie, we are going to live in a world of abundance, of good things, of growth. But on the Mad Max, that is also a possibility. We are going to have scarcity, fear, and war. It's up to us to decide if you are going to be architects deciding what is going to be the road that we are going to choose, or if you are just going to be passengers just observing what is happening. But let's continue. Let me invite you to this trip and journey with me until 2035. This can be a city like Lisbon. Well, we cannot transform it so fast. But imagine that what we are going to live is built upon a few concepts. And let me start by sharing with you what are these concepts that build this vision. The first one is this one, meta-trends. And before, in several other transformations, what we had were technology trends that transformed our world. What we are living today in this transformation in era that I call 5.0 is not just one trend. Not only one tech trend, it's several ones that are together accelerating a transformation. And that way is not only one wave that is going to impact us. It's a sum of waves that is going to change the world in ways that we cannot even possibly imagine today. Let me just give you a glimpse of what it is. But besides that, there is another concept that is important. It's not only several trends, they are converging. They are accelerating each other, and mostly being accelerated by AI. And what I'm talking about is not just AI with quantum computing, or AI and biotechnology. Is the sum of those ones and multiplied. And what it means is that we don't have just better and faster computers. We are going to be able to create new materials, new drugs that we don't even imagine that they existed. Just to make it a little bit more real. Late 2024, Demis Hassabis, CEO and founder of Google DeepMind, won the Nobel Prize. Why? Because he created an algorithm called AlphaFold 2 that discovered more than 200 million proteins, the folding or 3D proteins, that are the code of life. It would take more than 50,000 years without the algorithm to decode them. This is the new world that we are creating with acceleration of AI and new technologies. Let me show you what will be your day in 2035. So, you live in Cascais. You wake up in the morning, and a swarm of AI agents was working during the night, and since you have a digital twin, they were able to identify what are the things that you need to make your day successful. And that's why your breakfast is not what you want, is what you need. And this is going to be a change that will enable us, and due to the fact that I do believe that the analysts are right, that maybe the first human is already born that will live 150 years. The idea that we have a national health disease system that is designed for curing us should disappear, and maybe for the first time we will have a national health care system that prevents disease instead of curing diseases. This is possible, and believe me, that is not as far as you may imagine. But let me show you what happens when you are moving. One of the problems today is the pressure that we have on traffic. We are going to have eVTOLs. By latest last year, I was twice in Hong Kong. eVTOLs, so flying cars, are a reality. And they are going to be available like we have car inside an application to call them. And what is the promise of this vision? Is that you are not going to take in the morning 1 hour to reach Lisbon. It's going to take 9 minutes. And it's going to be autonomous vehicles driving you. Your quality of life is going to be as better as you can imagine. But let's proceed around the day. It's not only mobility as a service that is going to change along the next 10 years. The other thing is that, as I told, is intelligence as a substance, as a substrate, as the operating system of your companies. What you're going to have is that every one of you is going to have what I call a swarm of agents, digital employees, that is going to enable you to work in manners that you cannot even imagine. You are going to be able to delegate all the repetitive tasks and boring tasks that you do to a team of intelligent machines that is going to provide you with the ability of creating things and doing the things that you like. Strategy, empathy, managing people. And all the daily work is going to be done by these machines. Besides that, they will be working to solve all the things that normally takes days. Imagine, they can simulate what the launch of a new product will have in the impact on your performance, on your supply chain, everything in seconds. But metaverse is also something that maybe we thought that was gone, is more present than ever. AI and metaverse is going to be another advantage that we are going to have to leverage very fast. And this will enable you to be working remotely with avatars of the people that maybe is in the office in Tokyo or in Germany, like they were here. And things that take today a lot of time to make it happen, they are going to be solved very easily with the metaverse that your companies are going to engage. But it's not only that. One of the problems that we have today in our companies is the burden of making contracts and connections and transactions. DeFi and crypto coins and DAOs are going to be something that within the next 10 years are going to be prevalent and available. So imagine again that you are launching a product and you wait to make a contract with a client or a supplier that is in Singapore. You are going to do it in seconds with zero laggard banks transactions, something that happens upon time with entire trust and confidence because everything is being monitored by this convergence of networks. Let me just show you what is the other thing that you can imagine that is coming. This is another transformation that will enable us to do things that were not possible before. Imagine our world as a mesh of sensors where everything is being monitored and measured. This trillion sensor mesh is going to enable you to have the intelligence to make decisions and simulate things wherever you are in the world. This is the world where everything becomes connected by sensors and data, and intelligence is available at the distance of a click. This is the new world, and the world that you are going to have if you adopt not only AI, but you get AI as your operating system. The other thing is 3D printing, local production of materials. You are going to be able to produce matter as you produce software. Imagine now, again, that you are a company that is producing or thinking about launching a new product. And your company, on the design team, just produced it. Today, you will have to send it maybe to a factory at the other side of the world to be produced. And maybe in 3 months, you will have it. You will be able to produce it locally. You just design it with your AI, and you produce it with the machines that you are going to have locally, because something is happening that is important. This transformation is not only digitization, is also dematerialization, is also democratization, and it gives access to everyone because it demonetizes. If I give you a number, you'll get it as I speak. Today, an hour of a working labor is more or less 40 euros. With the introduction of robotics and automation, it will be around 10 cents. So this is where we are going with this digitization. And these are the robots that are going to come to the office. These are robots like the ones that Elon Musk is doing in the US, but as Unity Robotics that I visited last year is producing with 40% market share. You can buy one of those things for below $5,000 and train it at home to do your laundry or cook for you. If they cost 5,000 euros and you bring into the office, you just have to do the calculations to see that maybe we are doomed in some of the things that we are doing at the office, because the cost that we have is much higher than these machines. And they don't get sick. They don't go out just because they don't want to work, and they work for 24/7. So we are really in trouble. But let me just bring this back to earth. This is a company that we love, and it's a company that is building 2035 and started to doing it now today. This is Sumol Compal. And Sumol Compal is taking the advantage of AI and all the other technologies that I just mentioned to create Sumol Compal of the next century. And how are they doing this? Well, first of all, looking into what are the opportunities that these machines and these technologies are bringing. And what they are doing is that they are taking the convergence of at least 3 major tech trends accelerated by AI. The first one is sensoring. They have been sensoring not only their factory, but also their office. And this is how I make a break. They are doing this because first, they built the foundation. They built the data strategy, the data governance, the data models that enables them to not only collect information, but store it to transform it into knowledge and into intelligence. And this is what they did first. Second, they went on digital twins. So the convergence of censoring digital twins is going to enable full autonomous factories. And let me just show you a little bit more what they are doing. This is part of their factory. Today, what they did was not just buy some new machines, they built a factory that is a living system. Everything inside their factory is being censored, monitored, and so in real time, they are able to take decisions about the next move that humans would take several days to make. This is the first part of what they are doing to transform their operating model. So they are bringing a new class of factors inside. Second, they are creating digital twins of their factories that enables them to simulate everything that they want to do without any impact on the physical plant or in the economics. They don't have to stop their factory in order to know what is going to be the next thing I'm going to produce or change the production that they have. And so this is another advantage that they are taking on getting AI, sensoring, and now digital twins that enables them to be at the office and simulate the future. Again, they are not predicting the future, they are simulating it. Last but not least, this is not yet their factory, but our meeting factory is already similar to this one. With the sensoring, with the digital twins, with the intelligence of AI, they are probably very, very near to create an autonomous factory that will have, for instance, just human controlling a symphony of robots. This is the future, and we are living it. It's not a prediction, it's something that is happening. So what do you have to do? 3 pillars as a recommendation, since I'm a consultant. First one, cultivate a moonshot mindset thinking inside your company. Unless you shift from incremental change to exponential change, you are not going to be able to create the company that will be here in 2035. Second, invest in AI, in the air that you breathe, because it's going to be everywhere. And for this, you need to give literacy and fluency to your employees. If they don't know what these machines and these tools are able to do, and don't know how to use them, you are not going to transform your company. It's not only technology, it's not only processes, it's human beings. We are the ones that do things inside these companies. And third, but not last, prepare your talent for Work 5.0. You are not going to be managing people, you are going to be managing digital agents and human robots. This is a reality. Either you believe me and you prepare for it, or you be ashamed of not doing nothing in 2026 to prepare 2035. Last slide and recommendation for you is like I thought. I do believe that we are enormously, can be proud, but also very satisfied, because maybe we as humans are living the most inspiring, but also the most beautiful era of mankind. What we are going to live, and if we could bring a human from the 1900s to today, he would see us as gods. Maybe we don't see it because we are just living it, and we don't understand what is the beauty that is around us. The other thing, I'm also reinforcing it. With this, you have to choose. The crossroads, Star Trek or Mad Max. Are you going to be the architects of this new future, or are you going to be just a passenger looking it passing by you? And with this, I just say that it was an enormous pleasure to be with you. I hope that you can design the future better, because at UI, we are shaping the future and we are shaping the future with you. Thank you so much. See you next year.